On this James the Bike Guy, we're going to take a look at the new SRAM Red AXS 12-speed crankset. So this crankset is available both in a power meter and a non-power meter version. The version we're going to take a look at here is a 46-33 chainring size with a 175 millimeter crank arm length, and it is the non-power meter version. So let's get into some of the specs on this, and of course we'll find out what it weighs. But before we get started, make sure you click the subscribe button so you can see more videos like this into the future. So this is the SRAM Red FC-RED-D1 crankset. This is the non-power meter version of the crankset, but you can actually upgrade this crankset to be power meter as well. Now, what this uses is a really unique chainring design to make the chainrings incredibly stiff, carbon-tuned arms, and a dub bottom bracket spindle to make this fit a whole heck of a lot of bikes. Now, taking a look at the chainrings are designed around what they call their X range. So the X range allows for a unique combination of front and rear chainrings to get a wider gear range and smaller chainring sizes than what you would have typically had with a traditional setup. So this being the 46-33 is going to be more traditionally like a 50-34 when paired with the proper cassette on the back. And these chainrings, you can see, are actually machined out of one piece of aluminum. So it's incredibly gorgeous if you take a look at it. And these have to be very, very stiff. You can see the chainrings are actually a little bit thicker than what you would traditionally find. And they've got a whole bunch of machining to help remove some weight. And on the other side, you can see that they've got a ton of shift ramps, which should be able to make this shift incredibly well. You know, a front derailleur really relies on shift ramps and chainring stiffness, and this setup no doubt has it. Now, you can also see that it's got an 8-bolt direct mount, and that's because that 8-bolt direct mount is going to allow you to replace this chainring and spider setup with a power meter setup in the future if you wanted to. Now, it's got carbon-tuned crank arms, and what that means is that the crank arms are going to be incredibly stiff and very lightweight. It's a proprietary design from SRAM that allows them to do this layup that allows for a very stiff and light crank arm setup, and they're actually going to be hollow. So it's a hollow crank arm, and it's not going to give up any stiffness to get that light weight. Now, it's got a Dub SL spindle, so this is a super light alloy spindle, and that means that this is going to be compatible in virtually any bike because the Dub standard can be installed in just about any of them. And the last thing to mention with this crank is your chain line is going to be 45 millimeters. So now that we've taken a look at this crankset, let's go ahead and place it on a scale and we'll see what it weighs in at. So a 175 crankset with the 46-33 chain rings is going to come in at a very lightweight 566 grams. So thanks for watching this video on the SRAM Red AXS Crankset. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, as well as hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already.